What happens is in a road rage incident, and this is the example I use, but it could be anything where you feel anger. Look for what's behind the anger. Now, in road rage, generally we feel fear first because you're traveling 70 miles an hour and somebody else is traveling 74 miles an hour and they cut you off and cause distress, right? And your heart leaps into your throat and your pupils widen and your fingers tingle and they grip the wheel and you hit the brakes. And that effect of the adrenaline, the cortisol, whatever you're feeling that moment is fear because there's a threat or a danger present. And that threat or danger is to self or others if you're traveling with passengers. So if you're not good at dealing with fear because you've been told forever and ever and ever that boys aren't to be scared, that's a wussy feeling. It makes you weak or whatever, right? Instead of feeling the actual fear, you'll get fill in the blank with me. Pissed, right? And you'll shoot the rod through the windshield at people and you'll flip them off. And maybe, if you're really unstable, you'll reach for your pistol and wave it at them or whatever. And then maybe you chase him down the highway and, I'm going to get him back. I'm going to cut him off. And you do Clark Griswold and Christmas Vacation. You want to drive behind somebody who acts like that? Okay, here's the problem. That doesn't complete the cycle or the loop appropriately in your brain neurologically because you felt the wrong thing. So what ends up happening is you go throughout the day, and then you end up coming home and maybe that thing occurred at 9:30 in the morning, but you come home through the door and you're like, you're not going to believe what happened to me on the highway. This asshole just cut me out. It's like, well, how long ago was that? That was like 7 hours ago. Why are you still feeling it? It's because you didn't actually appropriately embrace the fear and go, whew, check the passengers, create some space, make sure you're still traveling. All right, let's go about our day. We can feel the fear, crest the wave, go through the other side, know that it's fine. Everybody moves on. We go to our appointments or whatever. And then we come home at the end of the day and it's like we forgot all about it because we've processed it properly. Now, if you don't process it properly, and instead you reach for anger or you reach for contempt or something like that, you're going to hang on to it and you're going to have a residue and you're going to have a stacking effect. And if you do that long enough, chronically over time, you're going to end up deteriorating your mind, your body, because those neurochemicals have to go somewhere. And if they don't go out appropriately, they're going to be stuck at a cellular level physiologically, and you're going to end up with pains and aches and all sorts of things. But you're going to reach for bottles and pills to cover it up because your brain can only process so much. So it's important to analyze what you're feeling when you're feeling it at the appropriate time and have, again, the ego, humility, and strength to say, it's okay to be scared. Some dude cut me off because he wasn't paying attention. And I don't need to get angry at him because he also has his reasons for cutting me off. Now, I may judge those reasons as not good, but they're still reasons. Now, what if it's a quote unquote good reason? He's racing to the hospital because he broke his leg and can't wait for the ambulance because he lives 20 miles out of town. Now, do I have more compassion for that? If he's just some oblivious dude not paying attention because he's high on cannabis and wants to feel some adrenaline, is that appropriate? Probably not appropriate, but it's still a reason. And I still have to let it go because I'm not in charge of him. I'm not driving his car. And if it's something like he's racing to an appointment because he's late, because he woke up late or spilled something on his shirt and had to get a new one, haven't we all been there? Right. So we can have compassion for this thing without reaching for the rage. We can just go, whoa, that was scary. Whew. Move along. And then we don't have to chase him down, blowing past exit after exit, being late for our own appointments, then creating more rage. So that's the road rage analogy.